to just give you a few facts to allow you to better understand the entanglement, and then pose a couple of questions. What role law will have in this, in the resolution of these disputes, and what role the United States might play constructively in this as well. Okay? First, let me say a few words about what I am not going to talk about, because in 15 minutes it's absolutely impossible to deal comprehensively with the complexities in the Western Pacific, and I'm deliberately using the term Western Pacific as opposed to tying it to any particular nation state in the region. On the lower right, circled in yellow, are, and I hope that you can see this, high-resolution graphics of the area are surprisingly difficult to find that are useful for a presentation like this, but these Spratly Islands are, to give you a sense of the dynamics here, are claimed either in whole or in part by 6 different countries. China and Taiwan together, and it's very interesting, the commonality of interest that China and Taiwan have when we get into this field to talk about this. China and Taiwan claim all of the Spratlys, as do Vietnam, and Malaysia, Brunei, and the Philippines all claim part of them. There are 45 islands that are occupied by one of those countries. There are about 750 rocks and shoals and reefs that are in the region, so you're getting the picture here. It's also an especially difficult day when you sit down with your negotiating partner and your negotiating partner says, let's go back and start in the year 1271 in the Yuan dynasty, which is precisely where China begins its discussion of the Spratly Islands. A somewhat easier problem to the northwest are the Paracel Islands, a much more recent claim from China beginning there in the 1300s, and then also claimed by Vietnam and Taiwan as well. Not going to talk about that, not going to talk about South Korea and Japan's disagreements. But what I want to do want to talk about are 2 things that have been in the news. 2 things that have much in common but are going in very different directions. That being the dispute between China and Japan over islands relatively equidistant from both of them. And then secondly, to talk about the dispute between China and the Philippines on something called the Scarborough Shoal.
Backup system.
There we go. As you can hopefully see, these islands, the first set of islands, the Senkaku by Japan, Diaoyu by China, are located about 200